Good afternoon. We'll now start. First of all, I'd like to welcome everybody to this pep talk this afternoon. Please mute yourself, but always show your video picture. Sign in your name, your Facebook account, or email address in the chat box. Please include the names of companions attending with you. Use the chat box to ask questions and make comments while the pep talk is on. There will be group pictures at the start and end of the pep talk, so please show your faces in the video. A reminder after the pep talks to take the online learning curve evaluation test exercise for mastery of learning and have a perfect score to get a certificate like this. I have placed the link in the chat box. Another reminder, obtaining 25 OLETE certificates, meaning those who have passed, who got a perfect score in the OLETE is entitled to a OLETE certificate. So obtaining 25 will entitle one mentee to a voucher for a RO Hoson medical consultation, either face-to-face or telemedical. Another request, please type in your feedback in the chat box during the open forum and before we adjourn. So let's now have a group picture taking before we start the pep talk proper in 1 to 2 minutes. Please show your face in the video now. Ready, everybody? Okay. Okay, wait. 1, 2, 3. I have a patient empowerment program in which I like to empower the lay people or patients to take control in the management of their health. I started the pep talk on May 15, 2021 during the COVID-19 pandemic. There are 3 courses in the pep talk. I completed the core course on October 9, 2021, in the same year, 2021. And from October 23, 2021 onwards, I've been tackling health disorder and health issue courses up to now. Okay. So May 18, 2024 marks the start of the year 4. So we're now on our 4th year of the RO Hoson Pep Talk. How long the Pep Talk will last will depend on our enthusiasm, discipline, and perseverance, both you and me. My Pep Talk today is entitled Surgical Oncologies, What and When. Last time we talked about oncologists in general. Today we will be focusing on surgical oncologists. So the empowerment objective is for the lay people to have an essential understanding on surgical oncologies, what and when. So what means who are they, and then when to see them, okay, as part of your health, part of your or their health management. The contents of this pep talk will be the following. What are the so-called oncologists? What are the 3 basic kinds of oncologists? And then focusing on the surgical oncologists, what are they, who are they, and what are the different kinds of surgical oncologists. So this implies that there is not only one kind of surgical oncologist, but many times, many kinds. Okay. And when does one see a surgical oncologist? And then the last topic will be which surgical oncologist to choose to see, to consult for management for a possible or probable cancer, or even for a documented cancer. As a disclaimer, my pep talk will contain my thoughts, perceptions, opinions, and recommendations culled from my personal experiences, as well as readings from other of the writings of other professionals, which I try to analyze and then try to see which are applicable to our talk. So let's start with the first topic. What are oncologists? Oncologists will be operationally defined by me as medical doctors or physicians who specialize in the diagnosis, treatment, and management of patients with cancer. So you know what diagnosis is, but there's a difference between treatment and management. When you say treatment, it's just treating the specific disease, the specific conditions with specific interventions. When we say management, it's the comprehensive interventions. It will include everything, okay, from psychosocial management, even financial management if needed. If you have a compassionate physician, he will assist you in your financial burden. Okay? So above definition, okay, when we say medical doctors, okay, there are several doctors who can act as oncologists, but in our operational definition, we will refer oncologists to as the clinician oncologists. When you say clinician oncologists, these are the doctors, physicians who have direct contact and responsibility for patients, rather than one involved in a laboratory or research setting. So you can have a researcher who focus, a doctor researcher who focus on studying the causes of cancers or the various treatment of cancers. Okay, so they can call themselves also oncologists. Okay? But for our purpose, we will be talking about clinician oncologists, not doctors who are in direct contact, who have the direct contact and responsibility for patients with possible cancer. So oncologists in layman's terms are essentially cancer specialists. But mind you, we will qualify it to include only the clinicians, okay? So doctor clinicians. What are the basic kinds of oncologists? The three basic kinds will be dependent on the conventional treatment modalities, which are commonly, when I say conventional, what are the most commonly used treatment modalities, and which are, at the moment, still drugs, surgery, and radiation. So because of these three main conventional cancer treatment modalities, so we have physicians, doctors specializing on these various types of treatment. So you have the medical oncologist, surgical oncologist, and radiation oncologist. So when you say medical oncologists, these are the cancer specialists who treat patients with cancers with drugs, okay, and not using surgical and radiation. Okay, drugs lang, okay? Sorry for this typo, okay? So they don't use surgical means, they don't use radiation means, they just use drugs. So these are the medical oncologists. So they treat cancers with drugs such as chemotherapy, hormonal therapy, immunotherapy, and other targeted treatments. So this is their specialty. When they say surgical oncologists, this refers to cancer specialists, again, clinician, surgeons who specializes in cancer, and who treat cancers using surgical means or operations. Yeah, that's why there's the word surgical, okay, to qualify the oncologist as one who specialize in treating cancer using surgery. Okay, so basically these are the surgeons. Radiation oncologists naman are cancer specialists who treat patients with cancers using radiation. As we know, there are a lot of cancers which can be treated or are treated with radiation, so we must have specialists on that. So these specialists are called radiation oncologists. Now, what are surgical oncologists? This is the focus of our talk today. Again, sorry for the wrong spelling here. Okay. Surgical oncologists are cancer specialists, as I mentioned earlier, who treat patients with cancers using surgical means or operations. What are the different kinds? Many, plenty. As many and as plenty as the number of the different surgical specialties. When you say surgical specialties, uh, you have the orthopedic, okay, you have the pediatric surgery, you have head and neck surgery. What else? You have OBGYN, you have OFTA. So these are the specialties which uses operations as part of their treatment. So they are considered surgical specialties. So marami yan, no? So since the treatment of cancer or tumors are inherently part of their training in the surgical specialty, okay? And then if they want a formal title of surgical oncologist, they usually spend additional 1 to 2 years of formal training to treat cancers, or if they do a lot of cancer surgery in their specialties. So they can call themselves as surgical oncologists. So as the number will be very many, plenty, because of the number of specialties that are existing. And then because also the treatment of cancers are part of the training of the surgical specialties. So those who train in ophthalmology or BGYN, a lot of them are also treating cancer. So you can call them surgical oncologists. Okay, strictly speaking, you can call them surgical oncologists. Okay, then if they want to have a formal title, no, okay, as surgical oncologists, they usually spend additional years of training. General surgery, so these are the different kinds. General surgery, surgical oncologists, these are the general surgeons who are surgical oncologists. Okay? So they treat all kinds of solid tumors and cancers. Yeah, tinawag sila general. General surgery, they can treat all kinds of tumors. So they can, if they treat a lot of patients with cancer, with tumors, rightfully, they can also call themselves as surgical oncologists. Then head and neck surgical oncologists, these are the surgeons who focus, who specialize in the treatment of head and neck tumors and cancers using surgical means. Okay. Then neurosurgical oncologists, so these are the neurosurgeons, essentially neurosurgeons ito, who focus on the treatment of brain tumors and cancers. Then you have the other types will be breast surgical oncologists. These are the surgeons who specialize in the treatment of breast cancers. Colorectal surgical oncologists. These are the colorectal surgeons who focus on the treatment of colorectal cancers. Hepatobiliary pancreatic surgical oncologists focusing on liver, biliary, meaning the gallbladder, the bile ducts, and the pancreas. Okay? Then urologic surgical oncologists. So these are the urologists who spent who, who spent some amount of time training to on the treatment of mga cancers of the kidney, cancers of the ureter, cancers of the urinary bladder. Okay. Then thoracic naman, these are the thoracic surgeons, no? They're called surgical oncologists because they focus on the treatment of lung cancer and other thoracic and chest cancers. Pediatric, so essentially these are pediatric surgeons, okay, who specializes or who specialize in the treatment of cancers in pediatric patients. Gynecologic oncologists who specialize in the treatment of ovarian, uterine cancer, fallopian tube, cervical cancers. So they are called gynecologic oncologists. Orthopedic oncologists naman, so these are orthopedic surgeons, okay, who specialize in the treatment of bone cancers. So when does one see an oncologist? Okay. One should see an oncologist or a cancer specialist if one has symptoms of a possible or probable cancer being present in his or her body. So this is without saying that once you also have the established case, established diagnosis of cancer, you should see a oncologist also. So, but the starting point is that if you have symptoms, hindi mo pa alam kung anong meron ka, but if you have symptoms of possible or probable cancer, ang hahanapin yung doctor is an oncologist right away. Okay? So to guide you in this particular recommendation. So if you have symptoms of possible cancer, you see an oncologist. So you should know the alert signs of cancer muna, okay, to start with. Okay? So the alert signs or warning symptoms of cancers are the following. Change in bowel or bladder habit. So kung merong change in bowel, baka meron kang colorectal cancer. Okay? If you have bladder habit, baka meron kang urinary bladder cancer or urethral cancer. Then a sore throat a sore that does not heal. A sore means a wound that does not heal. Baka meron kang skin cancer or soft tissue cancer. Then unusual bleeding or discharge from anywhere. Okay, if you have unusual bleeding through the mouth, baka meron kang throat cancer. If you have tawag na esophageal cancer, pwede rin, or stomach cancer when you vomit blood. And then if you have discharge through the vagina, baka meron kang cervical or even uterine cancer. Okay. And then thickening or lump in the breast or elsewhere. Kaya ni-specify itong breast ito kasi very common ito sa buong mundo. Kaya they put it as one of the alert sign. Thickening or a lump in the breast. Once you have a lump, baka may cancer, ipapatingin na kayo sa isang oncologist. Okay? Indigestion or difficulty in swallowing. When you say indigestion, baka could be an alert sign of gastrointestinal, esophageal, stomach cancer. Okay. Difficulty in swallowing, pwede ding sa esophagus, saka sa throat. Okay. Obvious change in the wart or a mole. Again, in-specify ito sa wart of a mole because this is quite common, especially in the US. You have a lot of mold turning into melanoma, no? yung mga cancer ng mole. And then nagging cough or hoarseness. So these are the alert signs. Nagging cough could be laryngeal cancer, okay, hoarseness, ganun din, okay, or lung cancer. So ito yung basically these are the kinds of alert symptoms that you have to memorize and then to be guided with as you live on this world, no, para alam niyo kung may ano bang nararamdaman niyo. Is it possible cancer or probable cancer? Okay. Of course, this list is not complete. Marami pa yung mga warning symptoms, no? But these are the more common ones. The third rule or recommendation is one should see a surgical oncologist. Okay, this time is a surgical oncologist na naka-specify na kanina in general which oncologist that you have to see. Ngayon, it's a surgical oncologist that you have to see if you have symptoms of probable cancer, if one is suspecting a solid tumor that may be a cancer. Okay, this is the general guide na para mas madali. Kasi cancer is classified into two general types. One is the blood cancer. The other one is the solid cancer. Sin blood cancer, madaling intindihin yon. So leukemia, no, is an example of blood cancer. Nasa blood siya. So hindi siya, it's not presenting as a buccal in nakakapang mass, tumor, etc. Okay, so yung cancer na yun, nagpa-float, nagta-travel sa bloodstream, kaya hindi natin nakakapa yun. No? So that's one type of cancer, blood cancer. So when you have blood cancer, automatically you go to a hematologic oncologist. Hematologic oncologist means cancer specialist that specializes in blood cancers. No? It can be adult or pediatric. No? Now, in the other spectrum of that type of cancer, you have the solid. Marami ang klaseng solid cancers. No? But actually, 90% of cancers are solid. No? baka 10 or even less than 10% ay blood cancer, yung mga leukemia, gano'n, no? Okay. So for the solid cancers, maraming klase rin, di ba? Meron kang tumors of the ovary, tumors of the lungs, tumors of the breast, tumors of the larynx, etc., etc. Okay? So ang question is, saan ka pupunta? No? So as a general guide, pag solid, you look for a surgical oncologist, okay, right away. Okay? Para more efficient ang treatment, more specialized, more focused. No? But the question is, kung, kung di nyo kabisado which one to look at, but at least you know that you have to see a surgical oncologist, no? Pag solid cancers. Later on, we will amplify, we will give examples of which particular surgical oncologist to look for, okay? So again, before I leave this slide, okay, so you see a surgical oncology if you are suspecting a solid cancer, okay, not blood cancer, that may be a cancer, okay? Pag blood cancer, hema. Pag solid, you see a surgeon, okay? As much as possible, pwede ding medical oncologist, pero mas maganda, as I said last time, you go for a surgical oncologist because most of the time, they will have to do a biopsy, sila magda-diagnose, then sila na lang unang puntahan ninyo, and then after that, kung kailangan ng medical treatment, then medical oncology treatment, i-refer na lang kayo. No? So, but okay, ito yung isang situation. No? If one is sure on the organ of involvement of the possible solid cancer, you see a surgical oncologist with the specialty on the organ or tissue. So I just specify this specific organ surgical oncologist. So kanina, in the earlier slide, pag di ka sigurado kung anong type of cancer, basta alam, madaling tandaan naman, solid cancer, solid tumors yan, di ba? Okay, so it's not blood cancer. What you have to look for is a surgical oncologist. No? Then after that, ihimay natin kung sino, sinong specific surgical oncologist pupuntahan. Okay, kasi maraming klase yan. So, here is my advice. You go for a specific organ, surgical oncology, if you can identify one in your community. Okay. So ngayon, let's say breast surgical oncologist, marami na dyan. So alam na ninyo kung sino sila. No? So pupuntahan ninyo. No? Unlike before, ang pupuntahan ninyo, general surgeons. Pero ngayon, marami ng surgical oncologists being known as breast surgical oncologists, yun ang hahanapin nyo. No? Okay, so if these are not available in specific organs, surgical oncologists, you can start with a general surgeon. Kasi ang training nila malawak din, di ba? Okay. So it's after that, it's up to the general surgeon. Kung kakayanin niyang gamutin, then gagamutin niya. Kung hindi niya kakayanin or he has to refer you to another specific organ surgical oncologist, he will do so. The reason for this advice, because this is more for efficiency, comprehensiveness, and specialized management. So we expect those specialized specific organ surgical oncologists to be more, ang treatment known is more in-depth and or more comprehensive as a rule compared to the generalist. So here are some guides on the specific surgical oncologies. So when you have gynecologic cancer like uterus, cancer of the uterus, cervix, ovary, okay, fallopian tubes, no, not so common. Okay, ang pinaka-common doon, cervix, ovary, and uterus. Then you look for a gynae oncologist. Okay, as I said, kung wala kayong nakikilalang gynae oncologist, then you can see a gynecology muna. Pwede rin. Okay? A generalist, a general gynecology. No? Okay. And then orthopedic cancer, bone cancer. Okay? If you know that you have a bone cancer, yung bone cancer may dalawang klase yon, no? Yung isang bone cancer, yun ang nag-originate doon, yan tinatawag na primary bone cancer. No? Now, the other type is the secondary bone cancer, meaning yung lumipat lang doon, kumalat doon, let's say from breast cancer, pumunta sa bone, and that's also bone cancer. No? Pero ang hindi mo na yung orthopedic surgeons, orthopedic oncologist pupuntahan nyo. Ang pupuntahan nyo yung breast surgical oncologist. Kasi ang main problem noon is the breast cancer. So, if you have a primary bone cancer, no, let's say osteosarcoma, no, so, hindi ko na babanggitin yung mga examples pero kasi very technical. So, basta alam na, basta try to differentiate yung primary and secondary. Yung primary, yung doon nag-originate dun sa bone, no, then you look for a orthopedic cancer specialist. Pediatric solid cancers, ganun din. You look for a pediatric surgical oncologist. Breast cancer, kung may breast cancer ka, look for a breast surgical oncologist muna as a start. Head and neck cancers, ganun din. Kasama na yung mga thyroid cancer, ganun. You look for a head and neck oncologist. Okay? Colorectal cancers, ganun din. You look for a surgical oncologist. Na? Kung wala kayong kilala na colorectal cancer na mga surgeons, sometimes you can just go to see a gastroenterologist also. Ganon. Okay, as I said, but if you want something more efficient in treatment and more comprehensive and specialized, you can go direct to the specialist. Hepatobiliary and pancreatic cancers, when you have cancer in the liver, no, gallbladder, biliary, common bile duct, ganon. Then pancreas, you look for a hepatobiliary pancreatic surgical oncologist. Okay? So one who specializes on this. Urologic cancer, if you have cancer of the kidney, you have cancer of the urinary bladder, no, you look for a urologic surgical oncologist. Ganun din sa brain. You look for a neurosurgical oncologist, thoracic, sa chest, you look for a thoracic surgical oncologist. So if you are not sure of the primary source or origin of the solid cancer, kung di nyo alam because of your limited knowledge, no? Kung wala kayong kakilalang mga doktor na kamag-anak, no? Okay, o kamag-anak, no? So, kung di kayo sure, you just go to a general surgeon, okay? Surgical oncologist. Yan ang advice ko. Okay? If you want to have efficiency in the treatment. Para hindi doble, paulit-ulit, no? Okay. So which oncologist to choose to see, to consult, and for management for a possible or probable cancer, if one is sure on the organ involvement of the possible cancer. Okay, this time, ang situation ngayon, alam ninyo ang organ involvement. Let's say breast, no? Okay, and then there are several oncologists who are known to treat the specific cancer. Example, ito nga, breast, no? So you can have medical oncologists, gumagamot sila doon, surgical oncologists, gumagamot din, radiation oncologists, gumagamot. Ang tanong, to whom to go first? Yan ang palaging tinatanong mga pasyente, no? Okay. So this is my recommendation. Okay. So one can choose anyone if one is not sure of the best priority, okay, and the best sequence. Okay? So kung hindi mo kabisado 'yon, no? So you just choose anyone. Kasi kung pinili mong doctor kahit na it's not the one who should be treating you, i-refer ka naman, no? But know the priority for cost-effective management. Okay? So here is an example of what I'm saying here. For example, for breast cancer, the first oncologist to consult, as I recommended, is a breast surgical oncologist or general surgeon, surgical oncologist, primarily because of the need to make a definitive diagnosis, usually through a biopsy, and this is to be done by the surgeon. So hindi yung medical oncologist magba-biopsy, it's usually the surgeon, no? And also not the radiation oncologist. Okay? So to be more efficient para kung minsan makatipid kayo sa mga consultation, yung mga pabalik-balik, you can go direct to the surgical oncologist, breast surgical oncologist, if you have possible breast cancer, Or kung wala kayong kilalang breast surgical oncologist, a general surgeon, surgical oncologist. So another example, gynae. Okay. The first oncologist to consult is a gynecologic oncologist, primarily because there's a need to make a definitive diagnosis by the oncologist, usually through a biopsy also and others operative procedure. So hindi mo na yung medical onco, hindi mo na yung radiation oncologist. Okay? So we know that the mga cervical cancer and other ovarian cancer or uterine cancer are being treated by radiation oncologists also, and also medical oncologists at times, no? Okay. So, kaya kumisan nalilito tayo kung saan tayo pupunta, no? So the best here is to look for a gynae oncologist. Kung walang gynae oncologist, you go to a general gynecologist. So here is a guide again on which oncologist to consult first, no? Kasi kung may tatlo o apat na oncologist na who can treat the particular cancer, ito yung guide. For solid cancers in adults, usually surgical oncologist first, then medical oncologist, and then radiation oncologist. Usually as a rule, usually last yung radiation oncologist. No? Now, another advice which I got from this particular journal, okay, choosing a cancer doctor. Okay? How do you choose? Okay, in general. So before you start looking for a surgical onco, think about the qualities you want your doctor to have. A few ideas are listed below. There may be others that you may want to add. So one recommendation is that you choose a surgical onco who has experience treating your type of cancer. You want someone who is familiar with and uses the latest standards, guidelines, and research. Okay. So, but mind you, caveat here, you don't have to, di palaging latest standards ay pinakamagaling, no? So you just have to choose which surgical oncologist who can make a decision, make a recommendation on the best treatment. No? And then you will need a doctor who is part of your health insurance. Kung meron kayong HMO or other insurance, no? So maghanap kayo ng surgical onco who will be able to treat you. Okay? But you have to take note of the first recommendation that I mentioned earlier. Dapat yung maganda yung track record din ng yung surgical onco, no? Kung pangit ang track record ng surgical onco, kahit na connected siya sa health insurance, you might decide to go for a surgical onco whom you can trust pero walang health insurance, no? Hindi siya accredited. Pick a surgical onco who practices or has privilege in a cancer center or hospital that you are willing to use. Doctors can only send patients to cancer centers or hospitals where they have admitting privileges. Okay. So this is part of your cost containment. Okay. May kilala kayong surgical onco, magaling, at meron siyang accredited sa hospital na in which you can use yung that you want to use, either because of proximity to the place or because you have an HMOs or insurance. Now, I think this will be the last recommendation, most important. Choose a surgical onco that you feel comfortable with, okay, in terms of spoken language, okay, kumisan sex will be, gusto niyong lalaki o babae, no? Education may be important to you. You may also have a strong feelings about the personality of the doctor, how they should communicate with you. And some doctors want their doctors to be business-like manner, while others value a doctor who can help in their emotional health, health as well as medical needs. Okay. So depende sa iyo rin kung gusto mo yung basta business is business, anong sasabihin sa'yo, gagawin mo, or you want the doctors who can also combine yung medical treatment with the emotional support, okay, as well as other patient-centered means like tutulungan kayo sa mga medical expenses, no? Ganon. Choose a surgical oncologist. This is my advice, personal advice. Yung kanina, mga, which I subscribe also, yung mga advice ng isang journal that I got. My personal advice is that you choose a surgical oncologist who will treat your cancers as best as you can, as he can, she can, and who is a patient-centered, I mentioned this earlier, patient-centered and compassionate, and who will provide comprehensive holistic management. When you say holistic, this will include psychological and psychosocial support. Huwag yung mga surgical oncologists who will just treat your cancer and then bahala ka na after. No? So you're on your own already. No? O ipapasa ka na sa ibang doktor. No? Okay. I think that is the last slide. No? So summary and takeaway, I have discussed these various topics. What are oncologies? What are the three basic kinds? What are surgical oncologies, which is the focus of this pep talk this afternoon? What are the different kinds? Marami siya. When does one see a surgical oncologist? As I said, pag solid cancer, unahin ang isipin nyo surgical oncologist, and then kung alam nyo yung mga specific type of cancers, you go to the specific surgical oncologist. Okay? So then I gave you some advice on how to choose, especially kung maraming oncologists ang involved. No? Okay. Takeaway in relation to patient empowerment, be always in touch with reliable medical information on surgical oncologists, what and when. So what means who they are, okay, whom to consult, when means, whom to consult, and when to consult, okay? Knowledge is power, it gives power. Use the 4Ks of patient empowerment, kaalaman, kakayanan, karapatan, kapangyarihan to gain greater control over decisions and make better decisions on surgical oncologists. This is the topic today, what and when, as part of your health management. This ends my pep talk today. I hope I have empowered you to have an essential understanding on surgical oncologies, what and when, as part of your health management. Okay, before we go to the question and answer portion, reminder, please take the online learning Kung evaluation test exercise for mastery of learning. Okay, the link is in the chat box already. Then another reminder, obtaining 25 OLETE certificates will entitle one mentee to a voucher for a RO Hoson medical consultation, either face-to-face or telemedical. And then please type in your feedback in the chat box during the open forum and before we adjourn. Now let's have a group picture taking again before we start the question and answer sessions and interactions. Okay, ready? Get set. One, Phoebe. You want to join, Phoebe? Hindi ko nakita yung mukha ni Phoebe. Panatulog. One. Okay, Phoebe's habol. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Let me save this one first. Wait. Save. Okay. So the floor is now open for questions.
Pwede po bang ako yung mauna?
Pwede.
Okay. Kasi aalis ako ng 3 o'clock, Dok.
Okay, good.
Ang tanong ko lang po, Dok, kasi di ba, you know naman my case, early detection. I had mastectomy with dissection, axillary something. Ganun. So ako, parang the way, in the course of your talk, parang ang understanding ko, kasi kind, who will well manage us in our treatment and all, mga ganun, ano. But parang nakikita ko naman yun sa iyo. So is it, di ba, parang since you are my attending doctor, who is also my surgeon, parang I don't need to go to an oncologist na, di ba? Or meron pa ba akong need to go on an onco? Kasi ikaw naman ang nagmamanagement ng treatment ko.
Andali, okay. Naririnig niyo? Sa akin naman.
Opo.
Clear ba yung questions ni Susan?
My question is, do I still have to go to an onco?
Nagcha-choppy sa akin. Yung
Ay, baka may hina ang signal ko.
Wait.
Do I still have to be... baka yung signal ko ang mahina, Doc.
The sound system.
Okay.
Bakit naririnig niyo?
Opo.
Yes.
Malinaw?
Yes, Doc.
A little choppy, but it's understandable.
Hello. Can you hear me?
Yes, Doc.
Yes.
Okay.
So ang question ko is,
mas maganda.
Do I still need an onco since you are the one attending to me? And since my case naman is an early detection cancer, parang tama ba ako na I don't need to see ako on an onco?
Okay. So, ang sagot ko sa iyo is you have a breast cancer.
Opo.
So, let's use your case as an example. Sinong unang pinuntahan mo?
Si Dr. Dr. Mendoza, and then I went with you for the second opinion, di ba? Tapos, and then ikaw po yung kinuha ko for the surgery.
Hindi. Ang tanong ko sa'yo, let's talk about, i-apply natin yung lecture ko.
Okay.
So, you have, sa breast cancer, ang possible oncologies na pwedeng kumamot, no? Okay, theoretically, no? Okay. Medical, surgical, and radiation. Okay. So, as I said, ang recommendation ko, as much as possible, if you want to have an efficient, when you say efficient, yung less effort, less inconvenience, no? You go to the point, no? Walang masyadong gastos din kasi no? Kasi baka doble, pare-pare lang no? So you go first to a surgical onco, no? Siya mag-establish ng diagnosis, no? Kasi kung pumunta ka sa medical onco, una, i-refer ka sa surgical onco pa rin, no?
Okay.
The biopsy. Okay? As I said, palaging nasa yung last priority ang radiation. Hindi siya.
Okay.
So, yung sa iyo, let's try to apply it now, no? Sinong unang pinuntahan mo? You don't have to mention the name, the specific name, no? Is it a surgical onco or medical onco?
Wala naman akong pinuntahan na onco, ikaw lang ang pinuntahan ko eh.
Okay, so hindi ka pumunta sa medical onco?
Wala po.
Okay. Sino yung pinuntahan mo? It's a GP?
No, breast surgeon yung una.
Di surgical onco yun?
Hindi eh. Surgeon lang siya. Hindi siya onco.
Okay, hindi. Okay, general surgeon.
Opo.
Okay.
Kasi sabi niya after, saka pa lang niya ako i-refer after the surgery. So inassume ko na hindi. Yung unang tumingin na doctor sa akin, ang sabi niya, after my surgery, doon pa lang niya ako i-refer sa onco. So I assumed na hindi siya onco, surgeon lang siya talaga.
Okay. Sandali ha. Hold on to what you said kasi importante. Ito yung purpose of this pep talk is to clarify a lot of parang may tinatawag na yung mga practices na to clarify lang yung I won't say misconception, whatever. No? Okay. That's why yung mga sa lecture ko, sinabi ko yung wala kayong makita yung kasi highly specialized yung surgical onco. Diba? So, kung hindi kayo makakita ng surgical onco, pwede din yung general surgeon, no?
Okay.
Who can also operate on breast kasi may training din sila, na? Okay? Ganun din ako noon, no? So, just like my son who trained in general surgery, tapos na siya, pwede siya mag-operate ng breast cancer, na? So, if he wants to formal title na surgical onco siya or breast surgical oncologist, usually mag-undergo siya ng training, na? Okay? To get a title, na? So, yung
Okay.
unang pinuntahan mo is a general surgeon who can operate on you. Kaya sinabing,
Apo.
I will operate on you. Okay? So, strictly
Apo.
speaking, you can consider him as a oncologist or surgical oncologist.
Apo.
Kaya lang, wala siyang yung formal title lang, na? Okay?
Apo.
Which is acceptable naman kasi uh, kokon yung number of breast surgical oncologists in the Philippines hindi niya ma-accommodate lahat ng population ng breast cancer sa Pilipinas. Kaya yung ibang tumutulong doon, yung mga general surgeons who do breast cancer surgery also, no?
Apo.
So in your case, ang pinuntahan mo is a general surgeon who can do breast cancer surgery, no? Kaya sinabi niya, after the operation, saka ikaw i-refer. So,
Apo.
when you say i-refer ka sa medical onco. Not,
Ah.
not to a surgical onco. Iba, na? Usually, kasi tapos na yung operasyon eh, di ba? So, i-refer ka sa medical onco. Okay? So, yan ang sinasabi kong general, yung advice ko dun sa last slide ko. Okay? As much as possible, wala yung, hindi kayo, although maganda yung may multidisciplinary, pero kadalasan, pinapasa-pasa ka na, okay?
Apo.
So kung dumiretso ka sa akin, if I don't see the need for you to get treatment through chemotherapy, no? Radiation
Yes.
therapy, bakit kita pa i-refer?
Okay.
Okay, nako ha. Okay.
Yes, Doc. Yes.
So kung may kung kailangan mo ng medical chemotherapy, okay, there are two options. One, kung ako'y nagkikimo as a surgeon, pwede ako magkimo pa rin, no?
Apo.
Kung nagkikimo ako, hindi na kita i-refer.
Apo.
Okay? Kung di ako nagkikimo at kailangan mo magpakimo or other treatment, no, kung hindi po kakayanin or because of parang ayoko nang magkimo kasi kung bisa mahirap din magkimo, no, at my age, no, okay, baka i-refer kita, no?
Apo.
No? Okay. So the same principle is radiation. Kung di mo kailangan ng radiation, bakit ka pa pupunta sa radiation therapy? Sayang lang, di ba? So
Yes, Doc.
pupunta ka doon, gagastos ka lang, di ba?
Oo nga.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. So now I understand.
So, okay.
Okay.
Maganda yung issue na ni-raise mo because yan ang usual problems. Yan ang usual, what do you call that? I said, practices or concerns sa mga tao rito sa Pilipinas na they don't know where to go. So, minsan they end up to nagkakagulo-gulo yung gamutan. Na? To the point that pasahan, number two, baka doubling gastos, gano'n.
Tama ka, Doc. Mapapamahal pa ako.
Okay? So that's why sinabi ko, if I use the word efficiency na lang, na
Apa.
wala akong ginagamit na hindi sila marunong o ano. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, Doc.
Sige,
Oo.
sige yan.
Mag-e-exit na rin ako, Doc, ha? Magsuserve kasi ako sa simbahan.
Sige.
Okay.
Tapos na ako
Thank you, Doc. Yes, thank you, Doc, for the answer to my question.
You're welcome.
Very much explained. Thank you. Bye-bye to all.
Okay, anybody else? Questions? Maganda yung ni-bring up ni Susan because yan ang pinaka-common practices in the Philippines. Hindi niyo alam kung saan pupunta, so direct punta kayo sa Lemisan because as I told you before last time, ang pinaka-popular yung mga medical onco, no? Hindi niyo masyadong alam yung mga surgical onco, kaya pumupunta kayo sa medical onco. Pero pagdating sa medical onco, ipapasa mo na kayo sa surgical onco rin, no? Ganon, no? Okay. So, can I hear the yung aking anak? Ray,
Hello?
can you comment on that issue, yung kay Susan?
Yeah. Tama naman. Parang as a surgeon naman, we know when it is warranted to refer to the medical oncology for chemo and the rad onco for RT. So parang sa lecture before, parang pwede parang yung surgeon na yung magko-coordinate sa different specialties and magre-refer for the chemo and the radiation or for the radiation if needed. Pero kung hindi naman kailangan, so there's no need to automatically go to them. Kasi baka mag-iba pa yung management, iba pa yung walang coordination. Kaya parang it's better na parang isa muna yung magka-coordinate sa lahat para directed and then siya na yung magre-refer sa med-onco, rad-onco kung tingin niya na need mag-chemo or mag-radiation therapy after.
Oh,
Kung hindi kaya bigay yung chemo ng surgeon.
oh, that's good. Okay. Anong experience sa Singapore?
Dito, med-onco na lahat nagkikimo eh. Hindi na nagkikimo yung mga surgeon dito.
Eh,
Tapos parang
Sinong,
specialized,
sinong,
sobrang
una-
special. Hmm?
sinong unang tumitingin ng breast?
Surgeon pa rin, surgeon.
Sir John. Okay.
Oo.
That's good.
Tapos yung mga onco nila dito, parang specific na breast onco na lang sila. Hindi na sila nagkikimo ng ibang mga organs.
Talaga? Okay.
Mm.
So,
So parang, oo, sobrang specialized na lang nila dito, onco nila dito na parang purely breast na lang yung ginagawa nila chemotherapy and immunotherapy.
okay. It's nice to hear. No? Okay. Okay. Any other comments? Thank you. Hershey.
Thank you.
Okay. Any comment from the audience? Then, this Susan? Susan din isa. How do we apply yung Susan, Argel, Lorly, Ellen. Ellen, dumaan ka ba? Ellen? Na yung sinabi ko, yung lecture ko, applicable sa iyo, nag-apply sa iyo, sa experience.
You're talking to me, Doc?
Yung,
Doc?
ah, yung lecture
Hello?
yung lecture ko, kasi I'm trying to give you some guidelines, no? Kasi at the moment, medyo magulo. Magulo kung saan kayo pupunta, gano'n, na kung sino.
Kasi Doc, ako nung una, yung from the very first na nagko-consult kasi ako noon sa OB. And then in-advise niya ako for mamo. And then after makuha yung result, so syempre medyo ako doon sa result. So sabi niya, bring this the result sa iyo daw kasi ikaw lang daw yung pinagkakatiwalaan niya na pwedeng tumingin ng result. So yun yung first kong nag-consult sa iyo. Pero sabi mo naman noon, it is just a fibrocystic something. So from that time on, parang regular check-up na lang yung inano ko ang ginagawa mo sa akin. And then after a while na noon 2016 nga may naano ka sa breast ko na yun na
Ah,
Na-mastectomy ako.
okay, good.
So, ganun ganun daw ang aking
Okay, yan maganda yung sharing of experience para very specific, no? Yung, okay,
Mm-mm.
another issue here, lalo yung mga sa mga breast concerns, no? Kadalasan, ang common practice, kasi hindi nyo, it's either nahihiya kayo sa lalaking sa surgeons o natatakot kayo sa surgeons, OBGYN pinupuntahan nyo muna, di ba? Kadalasan, tama? Yan ang napapansin ko, na? Pero yung OBGYN, strictly speaking, yan ang hindi naman yung specialty nila eh. Parang GP na lang sila sa breast, di ba? Okay.
Mm-mm.
So, usually, ang surgeon ang specialist sa breast, na? Ganon. So, that's
Yes.
why sabi ko, ang aking lecture kanina, okay, it still holds true na if you have concern with the breast, puntahan niyo muna kagad yung breast surgeon, no? Breast
Mm-mm.
oncologist, no? Okay. Kasi kung dadaan pa kayo sa OBGYN, no? Okay, kung sa ipapasa rin kayo sa surgeon, no? Okay. Okay,
Yes,
direct.
Doc.
No? And then,
Mm.
yung kaso mo is illustration, yung surgeon nag-orchestrate, nag-coordinate lahat, finalo up ka, after
Yes,
so many
Doc.
years, may lumabas na breast
Mm.
cancer, kaya
Yes, Doc. Ganun.
naagapan, di ba? Okay.
Yes, Doc.
Yan ang magandang example, no? No? So, whom to see if you have a breast concern, sinong unang pupuntahan? Okay. So, usually, ang aking recommendation, if you know a breast specialist or breast surgical oncologist, yun diretso na, para wala nang sikot, no? Okay, to tell
Yes, Doc.
what to do, and then let the surgeon do the ano na monitoring lahat-lahat, follow up, no? And,
Yes, Doc.
and
Thank you.
this is also an illustration na ginagawa ko, application. Ako nagpa-follow up sa inyo, no? Okay. Yung iba kasi karamihan pinapasa na kayo sa medical onco no after surgery, di ba? Okay. So ako, I usually follow you up, all of you, yung mga andito ngayon, si Lorlier, Phoebe, no? Sino pa ba? Okay, so Susan, no? Ganon. Si Jeng, kahit na walang cancer, si Jeng, basta ako nagpa-follow up, no? Okay. Okay. Para may continuity, wag na kasi may marami diyan after the operation ipapasa. Yan ang sinabi ni Susan Basig kanina, na? Okay. So, sabihin ng surgeon, after the operation, i-refer na kita sa medical onco, no? Okay. Ang usual scenario dahil pag ni-refer na sa medical onco, wala na, nasa medical onco na, wala nang magandang hindi na buwabalik si surgeon, na binibitawan.
Mm-mm.
Okay. Okay, thank you. That's an example. So, Lorlier,
Thank you din, Doc.
ano experience mo, Lorly? PB. Lorly, anong experience mo? Saan ka unang pumunta? Unmute ka, unmute ka. Yeah.
Sa inyo po talaga, Dok, ako. Yung unang check-up ko, first time ko, talaga nagpa-check up sa inyo po talaga. Wala nang iba akong pinuntahan, kundi kayo talaga po.
Bakit sa akin ka napunta? Bakit sa akin ka pumunta kagad?
Kasi po, Dok, sabi kasi nung tsahin ko, nung sa St. Mary's, ano daw po, sabi niya, kayo daw po yung pupuntahan ko.
Ah,
Doktor, kasi kayo daw po yung magaling. Tapos, ano po kasi kayo, doktor daw po kayo ng mga madre sa St. Mary's College.
okay. So,
So,
tama.
yun po, nag-try po kami na, ayun, pumunta doon sa inyo po.
Okay.
Kasi takot po talaga ako magpa-doktor eh.
Okay.
Kaya sa inyo lang talaga ako nag-trust
Okay.
kami. time ko.
Okay. So that's an
Yes,
illustration.
opo. Swerte po. Opo, swerte po talaga kasi kayo yung doktor ko hanggang ngayon.
Okay. So diretso sa akin, no, as a surgeon, so tama nangyari. So na-diagnose kita, na-operahan kita, di ba?
Opo.
And
Opo.
then kailangan mo magpa-chemo, radiation therapy, no? Okay.
Opo.
So
Ano.
because of financial concerns, no, ni-refer kita sa PGH, di ba? Kaya iba
Malaking tulong talaga yun.
iba ang gumamot sa iyo, di ba?
Opo, Dok.
But after that, hindi kita iniwanan, di ba?
Opo, kasi bumabalik po ako sa inyo, tapos nagre-report po ako,
Oo. Ang
check up.
ang usual scenario kasi after operahan ka ng mga surgeon,
Iwanan.
bahala ka na, di ba? Okay.
Ganun nga po. Ang hirap po nga ng ganun, Dok.
Ah.
Naiiwanan ka na, bahala ka na.
Ako, pina-follow up pa rin kita, no?
Po,
Okay.
Dok.
Okay, that's another example. Okay.
Thank you po talaga, Dok.
Okay. Sino pang gusto mag-share? Phoebe. Phoebe, anong nangyari sa'yo? Phoebe, galing ka ng US, di ba, Phoebe? Unmute. Ayan, go.
Sa United Arab Emirates, sa Dubai.
Okay. So, anong experience mo?
Ang una kong pinuntahan noon kasi ni-recommend si Dr. Dancel, gynae yun, di ba? Siya ang nag-recommend sa akin na sa'yo pupunta. Yun na yun.
Pero nung sa United Emirates, sinong unang tumingin sa'yo?
Lebanese doctor yun eh. Ano rin yun sa breast cancer.
Breast.
Ang sinabi,
Surgeon?
surgeon din yun.
Okay.
Yung sabi niya, yung tirahan, tanggalin lahat. Kaya nagulat din ako. So kunin, kunin lahat, ganon. Sabi ko, hindi, wala talaga akong kaalam-alam noon sa mga ganyan eh. Sabi ko, uwi muna ako at saka doon ako magtatanong-tanong ng doktor kung sinong pwede. Tapos yung sa pamangkin ko naman, na-recommend ako kay Dr. Dancel, gynecologist yun. Sabi niya, siya nag-recommend sa akin sa'yo. Sabi, punta ka kay Dr. Hoson. Siya yung nakakaalam sa mga ganyan.
Okay.
Yun lang. Ikaw lang at saka si Dr. Dancel yung napuntahan ko nung pagbalik ko.
Okay.
Hanggang ngayon, kayo lang.
Okay.
Kasi hindi naman ako nag-chemo, hindi naman ako yung isa lang yung tamoxifen lang yun for 5 years. Wala naman akong komplikasyon. Kaya, okay, ayos na. Follow up na lang para in case na bumalik, maagapan.
Okay. So, nice.
Hanggang ngayon, sa'yo pa rin ako magpa-follow up, ganun.
Okay. So, illustration number 3 kay Phoebe Caldino. Nasa UAB, United Emirates siya. Surgeon ang tumingin sa kanya una. Diba? Okay. So, tama yun. Yan ang recommendation ko, no? Okay. So, surgeon tumingin sa iyo sa breast mo. Okay. Then after that, pumunta ka sa Pilipinas, wala kang kilala, based on lecture ko last time, kung wala kayong kilala, you can go for yung family doctor o sinong doktor kilala ninyo, no? Okay. So, siya mag-a-advise. So, it so happened that you saw Dancel, sabi natin, family doctors na ninyo, family physician, siya nag-recommend sa iyo na pumunta sa akin, di ba? So, nung pumunta ka sa akin, ginamot na kita, na? So,
yes.
Hindi na kita, since hindi kailangan mo nagpa-chemo, hindi na kita ni-refer sa medical onco, hindi na kita ni-refer sa radiation onco, na? Okay?
Yes.
So,
kasi nung sa Dubai, sinabi, okay lang yung operahan ako. Pero pag may further treatment pa, nasa Al Ain yun, 100 kilometers pa yun sa sa tinitirhan ko. Kaya mahirap din. Sabi ng ganun. Hindi problema ang operasyon doon kasi libre nga eh. Yung mga OFW doon may libre na insurance. Kaso lang kung kailangan mo mga chemo, mga ano, ang layo ng ospital na nag-specialize noon.
Yeah.
Kaya decision, uwi na lang. Para at least nandito yung mga family.
Okay. Dito ka na for good.
Dito na, for good na.
Okay.
Sige, thank you po.
Okay, sige. Thank you for sharing also para ma-illustrate natin yung mga sinasabi ko kung totoo, kung validated o hindi, no? Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So, any more? Kung wala na kayong tanong, sharing. So, wala na. Basta, pag meron kayong mga bukol-bukol, kung di nyo alam kung ano, basta solid, kung di siya blood cancer, no? Go to a surgical oncologist. Kung may kilala kayo. Kung hindi, general surgeon muna. No? Okay. So, yung mga medical oncologist, no, saka radiation oncologist, bahala na yung surgical oncologist to decide, no, kung kailangan niyo pumunta doon o hindi, no? Okay? So, okay? So, mas malinaw na? Ha? Yung topic natin, mas malinaw na to everybody?
Yes,
Yes,
po, Doc.
Doc.
Yes po.
Okay. Okay. So, if there are no more questions, we call it a day. Abet, meron ka pang additional comment? Abet?
Aside from the fact na hindi na tayo nagkikimo, when can you refer a patient, a breast cancer patient, to a medical oncologist? Kasi di ba, meron tayong sinasabi na you are not for chemotherapy. Pero pag ni-refer mo siya sa medical oncologist, tsak titirahin yun. So, saan yung demarcation line na kailangan niya ng isang medical oncologist?
Kung may indications, let's say may nodes sa breast cancer, kung may nodes, no, mga nodes, kulani, nakaspread doon, no, then usually kailangan ng medical chemotherapy. Since hindi ako nagkikimo, I refer them to medical onco, no, ganon. O yung mga advanced na hindi ko maoperahan, papaliitin lang muna, no, through chemo, no. So i-refer natin for chemo para paliitin, no. Okay, ganon. So may indications, no. So may mga sitwasyon naman hindi kailangan, no. Parang kay Ellen, kay Phoebe, kay Susan Basig, no? Saka kay Susan Argel, no? Hindi naman kailangan. So, we don't refer them to medical onco anymore, no? Okay. Okay?
Meron kasing patient na nagtanong sa akin, which is better? Is it a surgical oncologist or a medical oncologist? One, I said, pag kasi surgical oncologist, siya yung nag-opera, siya yung kumbaga dati na niyang pasyente, I think it's better to a surgical oncologist kasi alam niya yung extension ng pagkakaroon or klase ng cancer. Is it severe or is it it's not? So you can tell them na hindi ka naman for chemotherapy, 'di ba? Hindi ka naman for radioactive. But once na pumunta nga daw sila sa isang medical oncologist, hindi man nila kailangan ang chemotherapy or radiation, but they also advise to undergo chemotherapy. Correct me if I'm wrong. Kasi, ang sabi ko, because it's their job, medical oncologist, kung hindi nila titirahin ng isang hindi for chemotherapy, wala sila magiging pasyente. Hindi sila kikita. Sorry. Kasi yun talaga explanation ko. Kasi Pag sa atin, di ba, pag wala namang indication, negative lahat kahit na 17 lymph nodes yon, tapos okay ang ERPRA. So when you go to a medical oncologist, titirahin ka ng chemotherapy. Kasi yung trabaho nila yun eh. Kahit na hindi naman nila sasabihin na, hindi, kailangan mo pa rin mag-chemo kasi cancer, breast cancer yun. Is correct. I don't know. Pero yun ang ine-explain ko sa mga patient natin.
Okay.
So it's better to a surgical oncologist than to a medical oncologist. Pag medyo severe at may findings, then sabi ko, you can go to a medical oncologist kasi kailangan yun ng treatment. Diba? But once Dr. Hosen said, you don't need a chemotherapy, then listen to him kasi it's true na hindi nyo kailangan magkaroon ng isang treatment.
Okay.
Am I biased or what? But for the longest time that I've been your secretary, ang dami nating survivor na hindi nag-chemo. Diba? Super dami nating patients without chemotherapy. And may 35 years tayo, may 30 years. And those having medyo late, pag narinig nila, si Dr. Hosen gano'n. So, they came from a medical oncologist, hindi na natin masave kasi ganong treatment. Parang once you started having chemotherapy, the next would be radiotherapy and ganun na.
Okay. Lance, anong sagot mo dyan? Anong reaction mo?
Doc Lance, ano yun?
Yeah, sometimes mas aggressive mag-chemotherapy yung yung med-onco kaysa sa mga surgeon. Kaya dapat kausapin talaga muna yung surgeon kung advised ba nila mag-chemo. Kasi kung med-onco lang talaga minsan mag-advise sila ng chemo kahit tingin ng surgeon ay hindi niya kailangan mag-chemo.
Yeah.
Okay.
Kasi kahit na negative yung lymph nodes nila, sasabihin pa din ng isang medical oncologist, no, you still have to go to therapy kasi breast cancer yan. Though walang lymph nodes, positive lymph nodes, halimbawa sa ERPRA, parang sabi ko, parang I don't get it. Kaya minsan yung mga patients na not for chemotherapy at nag-chemo, mas nagiging part yung I think survival.
Okay. Hindi man wag na survivor. Ang pinaka-issue nito kung kailangan o hindi, no? Okay. Kung hindi man kailangan, wag na lang, di ba? Pero siyempre may mga yung sa medicine kasi mga problem solving, decision making, and maraming subjectivity doon, no? So minsan may pumapasok yung mga personal biases ng mga doktor, no? Kaya tendency to overdo o iba naman as I said that para medyo diplomatic lang ako, I usually use maximalist, minimalist, di ba? Maximalist yung mga gustong gawin lahat, no? Minimalist yung kailangan lang, no? Okay. So I think the basic issue yun. Minimalist, maximalist, no? And kung di man kailangan, wag na lang, di ba? So and then kung sinong pupuntahan, as I said, una mo na yung ang recommendation ko lang, una mo na yung surgeon kasi ang uh, ang reason for that kasi siya ang magda-diagnose siya magba-biopsy, ganon usually, no? Okay. At usually ang unang especially doon sa breast cancer, ang pinaka the best na gamutan pa rin, majority will still be surgery. Kaya surgeon mo nang pupuntahan, no? Then after magpa-consult sa surgeon, yung surgeon magdi-decide, no? Okay. Okay. So yung kumisan yung mga surgeons may biases din yun. Baka kumisan, baka di ba kailangan operahan o kaya kumisan, takot sila, magpapakimo muna, gano'n. No? Iba-iba rin, no? Okay. So we must know the indications, no? So pero ang ang protocol nyon, ang suggested protocol, una mo na yung surgeon, then who makes a decision, who make a recommendation kung kailangan pa ng medical onco for further treatment or not, no? Okay, or even radiation oncologist, no? Okay. So kung di na kailangan, hanggang doon na lang. Okay? So, so a lot of surgeons are usually, ang tawag doon, nagre-refer sa medical onco. Kasi parang after surgery, gusto nilang tapos na yung trabaho nila, no? Okay? Bahala na yung medical onco to do the follow-up all the way, no? Ganon, no? Yan ang trend, no? Okay? So, thank you for those added comments. Any more? Wala na? 3:21 na. Okay. So, we'll call it a day. We'll see each other next week. Ang next topic will be fibroadenoma. Okay. Breast fibroadenoma. Okay. What is it, and then what to do, to remove or not to remove, no? Jeng, importante sa iyo yan. Fibroadenoma.
Yes po, Doc.
Mag-invite ka pa ng iba, no? Okay. So, I might not be around kasi meron akong mission on that day, pero Lance will take over. Okay. On next Saturday, September 7, no? Okay. So, there are no more questions. We'll call it day. Thank you for your attendance, no? Thank you for your participation. Magandang illustrations, discussions natin this afternoon. Okay. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you,
Thank you
Doc.
Thank you po,
Doc.
Doc. Happy weekend.
Happy weekend. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye po.